Tracy, in your eyes, how responsible is Steph for the Western Conference Finals now being tied 1-1?
He's not responsible. Give credit to the Houston Rockets defense. I mean, their job was to stay with the other guys, and that's Steph Curry, that's Klay Thompson. Allow KD to go one-on-one. That offense flows best when they got the ball moving, they have body moving. And right now, they're not doing that. And that's why Steph can't get free. I mean, he's light. He's not like he's a strong guy like CP. He's light, so they're putting bodies on him. They're making it physical for him, and that's why he's struggling right now. So I give credit to the Houston Rockets on the way they're defending him.
You know, Tracy, what stood out of my mind yesterday, and I brought this up, just earlier today, watching this game, it's rare that I've seen Steph Curry on the ground that often. It wasn't that they were just attacking him when they had the ball and trying to take advantage of the defensive matchup. They really put him on his backside. Usually that's a mentality you see big, bulky players with girth doing towards smaller players. Everybody, including CP3, were putting a body on Steph Curry. It wasn't just because, oh my goodness, he's slight of frame and he may not be 100% healthy with that knee. They were attacking him as if they sensed weakness physically, and they went at him. That's what I saw. Is that what you saw?
Absolutely. I mean, Stephen A., from experience, the thing you want to do, especially with a guy like Steph Curry, whose game is really predicated off of shooting the deep ball, you got to wear him out, and that is putting him in pick and rolls. Isolation is what, the Houston Rocket does, and make him guard. Wear him out on the defensive end. That way, when he's on the offensive end, he doesn't have his legs to shoot the ball. And right now, it is really paying off for these guys. He doesn't have his legs. He's not shooting the ball from the perimeter as great as we're accustomed to seeing, and they're just making him work.
Tracy, nevertheless, there are reasons that Houston can give Golden State problems. Nevertheless, Golden State is so stacked. They added KD to a 73-win team. They won the championship. They are expected to win another, even against this Rockets squad. If they don't, how do you think that affects Kevin Durant's legacy, Steph Curry's legacy, and the like?
I don't think it affected us all at all. I mean, we're talking about a Houston-led team by two future Hall of Famers, CP and James Harden, who's going to be this year's MVP. This Houston team is not no pushover. I mean, they won 65 games for a reason. Best offense in the league. Their defense is a lot better than previous seasons. These guys are hungry. They know it's at stake. And if, Golden State lose this series, I don't think it's a shot to their legacy. They just got beat by a team that's extremely hungry, led by two future Hall of Fame players.
One of the reasons that I feel opposite of Max as well, Tracy, is because I'm of the mindset that whether it was MJ or Kobe after Shaq's departure or others, they were the alpha dogs. Even with you, when you were in Houston, you were the alpha dog. When you were in Orlando, you were supposed to have Grant Hill, but Grant Hill obviously was injured and derailed because of that, so it was just you. Whereas in Golden State, everyone's looking at Steph Curry. So even though Kevin Durant is recognized as one of the top 3 players in the world, averaging 37.5 points in the series on better than 50% shooting, if Steph Curry was not on the floor, I think Kevin Durant would be held with greater accountability. But because Steph is on the floor with him and you have to call his number, I think that sort of cushions whatever blow Golden State and Kevin Durant could ultimately get in the event that they lose this series, because you're going to look at what Steph Curry didn't give you.
Well, let me say this. We've seen the struggles of Steph Curry in the playoffs. We've seen it in the playoffs. We've seen it in the finals. I mean, we're not talking about a guy that's 6'5" or 6'4", with bulk on himself. He's guarded by guys that are much bigger, much stronger, and it's easy for these guys to guard somebody who's that thin, that's light, and not as strong as these guys. He's not the quickest guy on the basketball court, so it's easy for these guys that's much more athletic, much more longer than he is, to guard him, and that's why his struggles have continued in this series, because that's all they're doing. They're putting a body on him. There's longer, stronger, bigger, athletic guys, and that's why we see the struggles from Steph Curry.
That's very generous of you, Tracy, toward KD and Steph, considering were you healthy and you were on a team with another MVP candidate and 2 other All-Stars. I mean, you never got to experience that.
No.
But wouldn't you have been expected to win a championship? Wouldn't that have been counted against you if you didn't?
Absolutely, but I mean, it takes a collective group. You know, Steph Curry can only do so much. I mean, when the defense is not helping as much with, you know, KD is going ISO ball and they're not giving that help, they're allowing KD to score those 38 points where they're staying home with those other shooters. What more do you want him to do? I mean, I think, you know, from a coaching standpoint, you have to set some back screens and some slips to the baskets to get him free. As far as him getting open on the perimeter, I mean, these guys are staying with these shooters. They're not allowing them to get free. That's how I see it.
We also don't know if he's 100% healthy.
Nah,
he's dealt with injuries the past few playoffs.
Molly, we're not going to use that because he balled out in that New Orleans series, so we can't use that as an excuse.
No excuses?
Tracy's back still hurt.
No. He played his butt off. And, I mean, he's out there playing, so he's not going to use that as an excuse.